Hi everyone and welcome to January Faves and Fails and welcome to the hair reveal. I had my hair cut yesterday, sat in the chair and thought, you know what, I fancy a change. And I didn't want to change in my colour because I really do like the colour of my hair at the moment. I think it brings out my eyes a little bit more. So the only other thing that I could have had done is have all my hair cut off, which was just a no straight away. I've been there, done that, or have a bit of a fringe. So we started to cut this fringe as if it was going to be a curtain fringe that I could swoop to one side, and I've had it long enough so that I can easily grow it out and swoosh it to the side or have it parted in the middle. But I woke up this morning and thought, you know what, sack it, we're gonna have a full-on fringe today. So that's what we have. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section. I'm not quite sure how long I'll keep it for, but it's here to stay for at least the next 4 weeks. I have been trying out so many different products throughout the month of January, both on and off camera. So many new affordable releases have been launched in January. So not all of them are going to feature in this video today. I'm going to do a separate video with a lot of the affordable products, but some of them are going to feature in this video. So I've waffled long enough. Let's get on with it. Before I dip into a major fail, I just wanted to mention that the Merit Flush Balms are now available in more colours. So this excites me massively. There's going to be 4 new colours. In fact, I think they are available now. Let me just check the website. So we've got the shades La Bonbon, which is a really bright fuchsia pink, Lusitano, which is like a terracotta orange, which is on my list. I will be picking up that shade. You've also got Postmodern, which is like a burgundy browny red, and then Bespoke, which looks quite like a cool tone mauvey pinky brown. So they've also got 2 returning shades, terracotta and archival, and lots of different products available on their website. Their minimalist stick is one of my favorites to take around in my handbag. I just think it is the perfect product on the go that can just act as a concealer, act as a foundation. And then you've got the shade Slick, which is like a lip balm and a lip oil combined. Such a beautiful product, really comfortable on the lips, not a hint of stickiness. So I thought I would mention that because I will be picking up some of the new shades, and I just wanted to let you know in the meantime that they are available for you to pick up as well. So I've raved about the No. 7 Pro Artist Collection for a good month now, and it's about time I hit a doozy. And here it is. So this is the Pro Artist Touch Up Concealer. It's in the shape of a pen, so I really like that. It's really useful. Again, great on the go, but although the consistency is really lightweight and quite a nice gel-like cream consistency, the pigmentation isn't massively there. I'm not offended by it. I would wear it on those no makeup days. The thing that really, really disappoints me is the shade range. So this comes in 6 different shades, I believe. I can get away with shade 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have a really fair skin tone. 6 is slightly too deep for me. Where are the rest? So I have the shade 2, but I can quite easily get away with the shade 5, especially if I have a little bit of bronzer on my cheeks. So for a brand that prides itself on being so inclusive, having 6 shades, of which 5 of them I could personally use with my seriously fair skin, is just not good enough. Next up, we've got the Rimmel Thrill Seeker Lip Latex. This is a liquid lipstick. It's very, very lightweight. In fact, the first time that I tried this, it actually reminded me of the L'Oreal Signature High Shines, and they're some of my favorite lipsticks. This feels really creamy. It feels really hydrating, goes on beautifully. It's not super, super pigmented, so you can still see a tiny bit of the lip poking through. It's not completely opaque, but unfortunately, over time, this really dried my lips out. It feels creamy, smooth and soft, but I looked in the mirror and my lips were a mess. I was umming and ahhing whether to put this product in this video because usually I like to take at least a week trying out a product before I form an opinion, and quite frankly, I've only been trying this for the last couple of days. So, should I put it in here? I'm not quite sure. Maybe it was just on the couple of days that I tried this out, my lips were having a bit of a dry spell, but I will continue to try it, and if my opinion does change, this will end up being in my affordable video that's coming very, very soon. I might have jumped the gun on this, but time will tell. Talking about lips, I have been using the CMP Laboratory Propolis Lip Serum recently, which is why I was a little bit confused as to why my lips felt so dry, because this is so nourishing, it's so hydrating, it's really smoothing, it is not sticky in the slightest, so not only can you use it in the evening before you go to bed, but you can also use it throughout the day, and you're going to want to use it throughout the day because the smell and the flavour of this is absolutely divine. I actually gave some to my mum the other day and she was like, I need some of that. Where do I buy it? It's lovely, lovely stuff. And it has a spinny uppy device, so you don't have to rub this directly on your lips, getting bacteria on the product. You just spin this up and just remove it with your finger once it's been dispensed out of the little hole on the top of the mechanism, and just apply it to your lips. So, you know, I really like it. I think it's a really well thought out product. The ingredients are beautiful and my lips have never felt better, which again is why I was a little bit confused why the Rimmel lipstick dried my lips out so badly, because this is so good. I cannot have a favourites video without talking about these brand new Dior bronzers. Definitely my favourite bronzers of the moment, and I use them every single day. I love them. So these are the Dior Forever Nude bronzers. I have the shade 02 Light and also 03 Soft Matte. So these come in two different finishes. One is more radiant, one is more matte, but it's more of a natural matte rather than a flat matte. Both of these are incredibly easy to blend out, even on wet foundation. I tried it on wet foundation one day and was so shocked that even though, obviously, first off, you get a dark patch on the wet foundation because wet foundation grabs any sort of powder, but within seconds it was blended, it was beautiful and smooth and just looked like my skin. I love both of the finishes, so I really like the radiant one, but I have the matte one on today and just think it is so flattering on my skin tone. I don't have anything negative to say about these at all. Love them. Another one you knew was going to make an appearance in this video if you've been watching my videos this month. This is the Natasha Denona Mini Eye Sculpt Palette. Worth its weight in gold. It doesn't cost the earth. It's a 5 shadow palette. They are all matte. They are all wearable. They are all usable. They are all creamy and soft and easy to blend. Very beginner friendly, and I use every single one of the shadows. So easy to apply. I have these on my eyes today and I just think it's such a flattering palette. It's universal. Everyone, regardless of skin tone, will be able to wear this. If you are worried about really high shine metallic shadows, if you do have those crinkly eyelids, a little bit of crepiness on there, and you feel like those metallic shadows make that crepiness more evident, this is the palette for you. It reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury Super Nudes palette, which was my ultimate favourite, I think, in 2023. This has taken over from it. Bigger pans, lovely shadows, absolutely superb quality. Love everything about it. It's just glorious. I knew I was gonna love this as soon as it came through my letterbox. This is a brand new product from Dr. Sam's, and you all know I am a huge fan of the brand. I just think it is glorious. This is the Flawless Brightly Eye Serum. It is a rich, thick, creamy, nourishing eye cream. Absolutely superb for anybody with dry under eyes that wants to look instantly more refreshed, more awake, and more put together, because this has got mica and a little bit of tint in there, which within seconds transforms the under eye, just brightening, tightening, smoothing, and blurring the under eye circles with that little bit of a tint and with the light reflection that the mica gives. This obviously also has some other stunning ingredients that are going to work over time, smoothing out those fine lines and wrinkles and fading those under eye circles, so the more that you use it, the better and the more refreshed your under eyes are going to look. I absolutely love this. I wasn't expecting the consistency of this to be as thick, as rich, and as nourishing as it actually is, and it was a pleasant surprise, because my under eyes are dry, and as soon as I've popped this on, my under eyes just feel so much bouncier, so much plumper, and so much more youthful. And that mica and the little bit of tint really does help me look more refreshed and more awake. And I don't wear a lot of makeup when I'm in the house. I know this is my job and I'm testing out products constantly, but on my days off where I'm just editing or doing lots of paperwork, this is enough for me. And it takes seconds to apply. On the subject of skincare, I have fallen in love with another cleanser. This is from Tropic and it's the Smoothing Cleanser. Honestly, the texture of this is so smooth and beautiful. It's very silky, satin-like. It goes onto the skin beautifully well, and the scent is euphoric. If you love the scent of being in a spa and being pampered from morning till night, I mean, who doesn't? This just wraps all that luxury up in a little bit of packaging. It is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, and it does the job that it's supposed to do, which I think is the most important part. It removes any grime, dirt, makeup, SPF that I want removing from my skin. Around about 3 or 4 pumps of this is needed for a first cleanse, 2 for a second cleanse. You can use this cleanser for both first and second cleanse. I definitely do, and I am loving using it at the moment. And I'm trying to hide this from my mum because I know she will love this as much as I do, maybe even more. So it's staying under wraps. This is an old love, but I've reintroduced it to my makeup routine recently and I'm loving it. This is from Bare Minerals and it's their concealer in the shade Well Rested. I don't even know if this is still available, but I reached for this in my drawer because I've been testing out some concealers that have slightly less coverage than those that I'm used to, and I'm really enjoying the lightness underneath my eyes, the fact that it looks like I have no concealer on, but there's always that little bit of bluey purpley tint poking through, and a little dab of this stuff is all that is required to make those slightly more acceptable, in my opinion. So I really like it. There is a little bit of radiance to this, so there is a bit of light reflection, but also quite a decent amount of coverage, and with it being a powder, it feels incredibly lightweight. I always apply this over dry concealer, always let my concealer dry down before I apply any sort of powder over the top, because if you apply a powder over semi-damp concealer, it's going to be dry on the surface, but it's not going to be dry underneath, and you're going to get a lot of movement, and movement means creasing where concealer is concerned. So I always apply this over dry concealer, but the tiniest amount goes a very long way with this, and it just works. So I know this isn't a new product, but it's a reintroduction to my makeup routine, and I am really enjoying it. I'm liking my foundation to look more natural recently. I'm really loving a slight bit of radiance, but I like my natural skin to poke through. My skin's pretty decent at the moment. I'm weaning myself off sugar after the Christmas break, and my skin is really liking that. So I'm not wanting to apply heavy foundations or anything with too much coverage. I'd rather a light to medium coverage, and this is exactly what this next product gives. So this has surprised me slightly. This is a product from ELF, and it is the Halo Glow Powder Filter. This is in the shade Light Neutral, and it is perfect on my skin. So it does come and it's got all the product in the top, then you get a little mirror, and you also get a powder puff, which I have used. So if you're wanting a slightly lighter coverage, use a brush. If you're wanting more coverage immediately, use the powder puff that it comes with. You can get anywhere from light to medium coverage. It is a buildable product, but it feels so lightweight. It feels like a translucent powder on the skin, and I love that about this product. It feels very similar to the Natasha Denona powder foundation, which I also really like. It's a completely different texture to pick up, but the feel on the skin feels the same. So if you really like that, you like the level of coverage that it delivers, if you want something more light to medium coverage, you're wanting that little bit of radiance, you're wanting something very skin-like that isn't overly blurring, but does blur imperfections, not necessarily pores and texture, but definitely imperfections like slight dark marks here. You can see it's slightly poking through, but I really like it, and it's so quick and easy to apply. Effortless, just either brush or sponge, get it on, out the door. Another foundation I've been loving this month is the Hourglass Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation. Not only is this a great colour match for me, but it just looks beautiful on my skin, incredibly flattering. I'm on the cusp of a little bit too glowy. Any more glow and I'd probably shy away from this product, but I'm not a massive fan of uber glow. I don't like to look wet, and this is just on the line of being too much, so I do like to powder this in place. Now, I have watched Charlotte Holcroft's review and I follow her over on Instagram, so I know what sort of problem she's having with finding a correct colour match for her. I didn't have an issue whatsoever. This definitely works for me. It's shade 6, but if you are a deeper, more tanned complexion, you may struggle a little bit. But I really love this. It's got an SPF of 30 in here, so if you're wanting that little bit of extra assurance that your skin is going to be protected, apply this over your standalone SPF and it just gives you that little bit of extra security. Completely the opposite to the ELF Halo Glow Powder. You can feel this on the skin, so if you don't like the feeling of a heavy, rich moisturizer on the skin, you're probably not going to like this, because I can definitely feel this. It doesn't feel like foundation, but it definitely feels like I've applied some sort of rich day cream on my skin and then going out the door. And usually I don't like that, but I can definitely put up with it because it's just a lovely product. I can't do a video like this without mentioning these blushes from What's Up Beauty. These are new to me. I'm not sure they're new to market, but I've had them for probably around about a month, maybe 6 weeks in my possession. I opened them, saw the packaging, saw the actual shades of the blushes, got immediately disappointed and decided not to bother trying them. Stuck my heels in the ground and thought, no, I'm not going to like those. I'm not going to try them. And then I heard somebody else talking about them, so I thought, you know what, I'll give them a little bit of a go. Shame on me for dragging my feet. These are stunning. So they look completely different in the pan than they transfer to the cheek. So this one is my favorite, shade 40. You'll see from the outside packaging the shade that this is supposed to be. So when I opened it, I was instantly like, what? That's never been the same shade. Once it's transferred to the cheek, it does go that sort of hue, and it's just delightful, absolutely delightful. Really well-made, chunky packaging. No, I don't like it. It reminds me of my 1990s or rather early 2000s changing rooms kitchen that I decided to paint lilac and dark purple, and then I had to live with it for at least a year before I changed it because I had to save face and pretend that I liked it, even though I just thought it was hideous. And also this sort of packaging, this picture on the lid, it just seems to want to belong in some sort of tacky souvenir store in Benidorm, but maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm being overly harsh. At the end of the day, the packaging is not what counts. It's well-made packaging, it's chunky, it's sturdy, you get a really nice mirror, and the quality of the blush is gorgeous. It's really, really beautiful. It's really hard pressed. It's very difficult to over apply to the cheek. I love it. I absolutely love it. This next one is, I don't know if I love it or dislike it. It's a difficult one for me. So I was really, really excited to pick this up from my local Boots. This is the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal Mascara. Now, as soon as I've applied this, I love it. I actually thought it was going to be super volumizing. That's what this sort of big chunky packaging said to me. So I was super, super thrilled to apply this for the first time. It actually isn't volumizing, but this fans out the lashes. It really does lift and sculpt the lashes, making every single individual lash completely noticeable. So although this doesn't add volume, it looks like you have more lashes. The problem with this comes when the fact that it's not a waterproof mascara and it doesn't hold a curl. So even though these looked absolutely beautiful when I first applied the mascara, now you wouldn't really know I had mascara on because you can't see my lashes because they were up here and now they're sort of down here. So that's it for this video. Some fails, some favourites, some meh products. I will be doing that affordable video very, very shortly. I have bought probably 20 or 30 affordable products in the last couple of weeks. They all need their day to shine. I need to spend some time with them, really getting to grips with them before I form an opinion. And then I will do a video on the ones that I think are definitely worth it and the ones that maybe, you know, not so much. So do stay tuned for that video. Also, I do have my hands on The Ordinary's brand new Growth Factor 15% solution. I have been using this now for a good 2 or 3 weeks to form an opinion for you. I will be doing a deep dive on this serum. If you are interested in that, please let me know in the comment section and I will sort of hurry on my deep dive of that and get on with filming that video for you all. Really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. Hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.